All right, everybody, I'm back. I got K and K here. I got Kenzie and I got Katie, and just want to give you guys a quick little preview of the season as we are 2 days away from muskie season, right, girls?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Opens on Saturday.
Yep.
Pretty exciting time for everybody in northwestern Ontario. And what's that mean, that you won't see much of me anymore?
Why?
Because I'll be out fishing all the time. Actually, for us, we don't get super excited for the first couple weeks of the season. About July 1st, it really starts to get good as the summer patterns settle in. But today's video is going to be about kind of setting you guys up. If you're coming up for opening week, what to expect weather-wise, and what have we been seeing for weather, girls?
Very rainy and then windy sunny and rainy.
Yeah, it's been a lot of hit and miss weather. We've been getting a ton of rain. The lake levels are up, right, girls?
Yes.
So about a month ago, I gave you guys an update on a YouTube short, and the lakes were super low. And since then, we've got so much rain, haven't we?
Yeah, like Eagle Lake, the water's like so much higher.
It's got, what, probably a foot and a half? At
well,
least?
on the shore, it used to be like here. It came like all the way up to the grass.
Yeah, it's come up a lot. All the lakes in the area, the water's right up. Kenzie was just at a camp retreat through her school last night or 2 nights ago.
Yeah, leadership retreat.
Yeah, and it was raining on you guys a little bit. One thing people are going to notice when they come up here and they're out is what? How bad are the bugs?
Terrible.
Yeah, so before we get into the lake temps, guys, and kind of what to expect there, plan for the mosquitoes, the black flies, and what else do we have here? Wood ticks are pretty bad right now, too.
Wood ticks are all over, like, your pets and stuff.
Yeah, so if you guys are going to a lodge that's got a lot of grass, just be very mindful of that. So lots of bugs because of a lot of our rain. And the lake temps, because like Kenzie said, our weather's been kind of up and down. The lake temps have never really fully stabilized. I reached out to a couple guys this week. I talked to Hunter. My buddy Craig was out on Indian Lake Chain. Talked to Jeremiah from Manitac on Peralt. And not to give you guys every lake, broad sense, any of the big basins are like low 60s to like maybe not quite mid 60s. And then some of the back bays, you're going to start to see in that shallow water away from the wind, maybe pushing 70. And it's supposed to be pretty warm the next few days, but we have unsettled weather again, right, girls? We got more rain coming. So I did kind of look at the weather here. And if you're coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday's calling for 60-70% chance of rain. And highs are going to be like in that 24 Celsius, so think mid-70s Fahrenheit. And then if you're coming for the week, next week, Monday to Wednesday, is as of right now, and this is for Vermilion Bay, so kind of take it as a broader area of rain, 70%, and temps around 20 degrees, so like that lower 70s. And then the long range out to next weekend is things look like they're going to improve and start to warm up. But for people that are coming up fishing right now, what are they looking at, girls, for like, how's the water? Like, does it feel cold when you go swimming?
Yeah, like kind of super cold when I went swimming at the leadership retreat. Blue Lake's gotten warmer since the first time.
And Katie was just out at her friend's. You might notice she's got a little scar on her nose. What happened there, Katie?
It's not a scar. It's a scratch.
It's a scrape. So what happened there, Katie?
I was out at my friend's camp. That's Indian Lake Lodge. And we were doing back handsprings on her trampoline, and then my face hit the trampoline there.
So yeah, one of her friends, her parents, Lance and Cheryl, any of you guys that go to Indian Lake Lodge would know. And we were on Indian Lake Chain last weekend, and like I say, the water temps are like low 60s. And I'll give you guys a little bit of an idea of what the weed growth and kind of where things are along here. So based on everything I've seen and heard, weed growth is pretty well average. So Dave and I were seeing weeds right up in like 8-9 feet almost to the surface, and the muskies are done spawning. There may be a couple that you might see still paired up on some bodies of water, but for the most part, we're looking at post-spawn. We're looking at temperatures rising, so it should be somewhat of a stable bite that way, but the weather always trumps that. So we're about a week out from full moon, and full moon, everybody wants to fish. For us, yeah, we like full moon, but I love new moon. It's my favorite. But because we're a week out and we're kind of ramping up to full moon, for you guys coming up and you're going to be in that unstable weather, definitely try and pick your times on the water and try and fish around some moon events, because I think moon events and then tie in with a front coming in, and like Kenzie said, our weather's been really up and down, Ken's? Like it was
like raining this morning and now it's all sunny.
Yeah, so within 2 or 3 hours it can rapidly change, and we're seeing big temperature swings too, right, girls? Mm-hmm. Like it goes from you need a sweater to you're in a tank top.
Yeah, like quickly.
Yeah.
Like you once in a sweater and like sweatpants, and then like 2 minutes later you're in a tank top and shorts.
Yeah, so just plan for really unsettled conditions. Make sure you got your rain gear, your bug spray, and other than that, yeah, weed should be up. We should be seeing most of the fish out of the spawning bays. Yeah, there might be some males still hanging around. For Dave and I, we're going to get out on Saturday, and I mean, we're still not sure where we're going to go. It depends on the wind. That's something else we've had a lot of, right, girls? What are you laughing at over there? Playing with your dog?
Yeah.
We have had a lot of wind, and looking at the forecast, that looks to remain for the next 4 or 5 days as we got this unsettled weather. So plan for a lot of wind too, guys. It looks like a lot of south wind, so it's not going to be really cool wind, but south wind up here is just, it doesn't ever seem to be the best for fishing. So just like I say, take that into account when you're trying to plan your days and kind of plan, around some of these storm systems. But for Dave and I, we're going to kind of just call an audible probably Friday night or Saturday morning on where we're going to go based on wind and weather. And we'll do like we always do. We're going to do a little bit of weeds, a little bit of rocks. We're going to try some open water stuff. You okay there, miss?
Yeah.
And we might actually try some open water trolling if we see some bait suspended out off, brake lines. So that's our strategy kind of going in. We got some big news for you guys when we do get on the water on Saturday. And hopefully I'll have that video out like Sunday, Monday, depending on how things go. I got a busy schedule coming up. And I know you guys like the K&K videos that we do with the girls, talking about lures. The girls like doing them. And we'll get some more done here right away, right, girls?
Yeah.
We got a lot more lures. We got stuff we haven't even opened here yet. Unfortunately, like we can only do so much, so we're getting through things as much as we can. We got some new rods coming in. We got some new reels. We got some more lures on the way. My buddies Matt, Ron, and Cindy will be up next week. They're some of my dear friends, and you guys have seen them on the channel. They got some stuff for me, so it's an exciting time here at 54 Bust. I hope to get the girls out musky fishing this year. They're going to do some casting, and hopefully we'll get some content with you girls catching this year.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to plan a trip to a smaller lake where we might take Katie and one of her friends, or we might take Kenzie and one of her friends, and Dave and I, or Kyla and I, won't cast. We'll just let the kids cast and see if we can get that type of content. But for now, that's kind of a preview of the season weather-wise, guys. I'm going to try and do this throughout the season, try and sit down with the girls and give you guys a quick overview of what the next week might bring or what the patterns are as they start to develop. But for now, Katie's going to point to the video, and it's going to be one of Matt, Ron, and Cindy, myself, and Kyla on a really cool day that we had together. So where's that video, Katie?
Either over here or up here.
We'll put it over there. Okay. Yeah, check out that video over there. And for now, 54 Bust is out of here. We'll catch you guys out on the water later.
Later.
Okay.
Next time.
Okay, let's try that one more time. And when I say later, you guys say later. Okay? And for now, 54 Bust is out of here. We'll catch you guys out on the water later.
Later.